Hi, this is Cindy from Part-Time Permies, and today I'll give you a quick update on how we arranged the goslings and the chicks, and then we'll just run through some cute footage that I've built up over the last couple of weeks. Over here we have our main flock, and we also have one nursery tractor still in here for the gosling and chicks, which I've been opening up to let them free range. Now, funny thing is, okay, just to show you, the electric fence is on. However, the chicks don't seem to care, and I know it's on. I've tested it with the fence tester. But you can see they're actually wandering around outside the fence, and they fit through not the smallest holes, but the second to bottom size. There's Lucky right there. I think Lucky's a boy because he is a lot bigger. We have 3 goslings all within a week from each other, and yes, they grow so fast that I wasn't sure if he was definitely bigger. But he's still a lot bigger. I think it's actually a boy, which is fine. That would make a great guard goose if it's a boy. We have 5 chicks over here. I left one of them, and I'll show you where I put him in a minute. Originally, I was having a hard time trying to figure out if these are boys or girls. Now, they're about 7 weeks old right now, and you can see them going straight through the fence without a care. 3 of these 5 are bigger than the other 2. So these 2 with brown on them are definitely bigger, and one of the white ones is a bit bigger too. So I think we have 3 boys, 2 girls. I think we only got 2 hens out of this one, 2 pullets for now. But you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but there's one white one there that's definitely bigger than the other 2. So I think there are 3 cockerels and 2 pullets right here. And then my little gosling, not so little gosling. So we're gonna have to eventually shift these guys around again because I don't need any more roosters. I have plenty of roosters, too many roosters. So in November, 3 of these are probably going to freezer camp. And here comes the rooster with this flock trying to see what we're doing. And the chicks definitely hang out with Lucky. They're definitely bonded. Follow Lucky everywhere except when they're going outside here. And you can see, I don't know if you caught that, but those 2 brown ones are sparring with each other like roosters. We're not going to keep them over the winter because we can't have them in tightly confined spaces fighting each other. So that's not going to be good. So they'll go to freezer. So again, the chicks are about a week apart from each other as well. And so, oh, that was a real hunk. So this chick, when it was with it, because we had two with each mom, 2 chicks and 1 gosling with each mom. This chick was with one of the smaller, actually the smallest white one, and there was a very obvious size difference. At first, I wasn't sure if any of the variability in sizes were because of differences in ages, but this one was the same age as the little white one. So I automatically pulled that one out and put them in here. Unfortunately, this is going to be where my group of freezer camp birds will be. I have 1 extra gosling. That'll be Christmas dinner. I have 1 gosling still in with the silkies and getting quite big. So again, I think it's a male too. So I'll end up with 2 male goslings because this is going to be the guard goose for the silkies here. I believe this one over here, if you can see it, is actually a little smaller than Lucky and my silky goose. So I think this one's a girl. And what I have been doing I set up this fencing here, and it goes combination. It's not like super sturdy or anything like that, but just to keep these guys in their own section. They get some leaves over here, but it goes all the way around to the back side of the coop just to give them some space to free range. So what I've been doing is opening up either one run or the other for part of the evening, so that because the goslings need some greens and the chickens love the greens and bugs and all that too. So I'll open this one up now. This one is so skittish of me that she probably won't come out until I move away. Now, originally when I moved these two in here, I had a Buff Orpington who was sitting on eggs and that were just hatching, like they were a day old, I believe, when these guys moved in. So I was a little concerned about them at first, and actually for a couple days they were fine. The mom kept her chicks inside for about 2 days, and then she started taking them outside, and they were fine. The gosling was super curious about the chicks and was cuddling with the mom and all of that. Well, I noticed after about a week that those guys, the mom kept chasing the gosling, and I don't know if she finally figured that the gosling's probably accidentally stepping on her chicks every once in a while, so she kept chasing the gosling away from her, pecking at the gosling and stuff like that. So what I did, since I now had freed up one of the nursery coops, was that I moved her over here with her chicks. And she has 5 chicks here. So these chicks are about 2 weeks old, almost 3 weeks old. I think they'll be 3 weeks on Wednesday. So 2.5 weeks old now. And again, they're too young for me to tell the difference in gender, so I'm hoping we'll get some girls out of here too. It would be nice to have 4 or 5 girls total at least. And the reason for that is just because after about each year as the layers are laying, their production goes down. So what I've been doing is taking the oldest third of the flock and culling them each fall, and then adding some young chicks into the flock. Ideally, it's really nice to have the chicks hatch in February. Even though it's cold here, I haven't had any problems with that. But to have the chicks hatch in February means they'll start laying in August or September, and that's when the adults are molting. And that first year, the chicks aren't going to molt, but they will start laying their eggs. When the adults are molting, they slow down the production. So that way you're kind of supplementing production when it would otherwise be at its slowest. So this isn't an ideal timing for these chicks, because these chicks probably won't start laying eggs probably not until like January, February. And that's actually about when the other adults will start ramping up on their production. So it'll mean we'll have a good production amount in the spring, but it might be a little low this fall. I do have one girl, one pullet, who should start laying in the next month or two. But I only really had one February chick this year. So the last 2 years I haven't had any issues with that. But this year, we did have some issues with getting some chicks. But these guys... Yes, hi, Mama. These guys are just cute. first time I opened that door, I did distract the main flock here with some feed. Lucky seems pretty darn excited about getting out in the tall grass. Eating my shirt. You're not so scared of me anymore? No eating. Are you trying to eat the bucket? No eating me. Apparently we're not so shy anymore. You can't reach in the bucket if you sit down. Hi, Lucky.